Charisma is that quality that allows us to relate to, and inspire, others. It happens at a deep emotional level, and it's not coercive or threatening. When someone is charismatically influenced, they're going to feel great. That's a critical insight if you want to be more charismatic. One of your primary tasks is to make the people listening to you feel absolutely terrific. Now, given that your goal should be to make the people around you feel great, ask yourself, should I talk more about myself or more about them? Of course, if you want to make someone feel great, you'll get much farther talking about them than about yourself. And that's why one of the first steps to increasing your personal charisma is to drastically cut down on your use of the word I, or me, my, or even we. The Narcissism Ratio is a simple way to help you talk less about yourself. When you're writing a memo or giving a presentation, just count the number of times you use the words I, me or my, and then count the number of times you use words that refer to the people to whom you're speaking. That could be you, or their name, or even words like employees and customers. If you talk about yourself more than you talk about them, you've violated the Narcissism Ratio, and it will negatively impact your charisma. Here's an actual example. 3 decades ago, a wonderful study on charismatic leadership was conducted. Actors were hired to portray considerate, structuring and charismatic leaders, in order to assess the effects of those styles on productivity, conflict, engagement, and more. As you might imagine, people working for the charismatic leader had better performance on every measure. But why? Let's look at part of the script the charismatic leader delivered to the employees in the study. So actually what you're doing today is going to have an impact on your own future. As you go through the exercise, I really want you to be as creative and imaginative as you can, because that's what we want. We want to know what you have to offer. Simply try to imagine the best possible way to get through the material and organize the work in ways that seem logical and effective to you. Just to you. Be intuitive. Don't be afraid to take risks. Trust your instincts. I have every confidence that if you draw on your creativity, you'll do extremely well. The content of the message aside, you'll notice that there are 4 instances where the leader references themselves or the other leaders at the company, i.e., I or we. By contrast, there are 12 instances of some variation of you, i.e., you, your, you'll. The charismatic leader isn't talking much about themselves. Instead, they're directing attention to the employees, and the employees' instincts, creativity, imagination, and more. There's literally 300% more you language than I language.